Guys, welcome back to another video. Just when you think you've seen it all, baseball hat-size hail falls from the sky in the Texas Panhandle. Photo sent in by Christopher from just a couple of days ago. And going from jumbo hail to staticky fishing poles and fishing lines. Check this out. A young man was at a pond fishing the other day when all of a sudden something very bizarre started occurring.
So we're out here catching crappie, me and Jordan. Look at this. There's so much statics in the air. It's starting to hurt.
Isn't that wild? Are you serious right now? That video was taken by Brandon McConnell. Check that out. This is in slow motion. I zoomed in on it a little bit closer. Sure enough, static jumping off of his fishing pole that had a line in the pond right there, that body of water. And it makes you wonder if that has something to do with the flashing lights that we've been seeing all over the world. Like the sky is so full of rogue static electricity that maybe it's triggering these lights to malfunction. Check out this bizarre sky. It's being called sky DNA, some sort of a weird frequency side effect. Look at this, Frederick, Maryland, photos sent in by Vic, and how he was describing what he was looking at in the sky on this day just a couple of weeks ago. He was describing it as looking like a strand of DNA, several strands of DNA in the daytime sky. This is unedited right here. The other two photos that you just saw, I slightly enhanced just a little bit to try to pull forward some of the features. This one's obviously enhanced, and sure enough, looks like some sort of a frequency wave going through the atmosphere off the east coast of the United States near Frederick, Maryland. Isn't that bizarre? I receive photos and videos on a daily basis, and I think this is the first time I've ever received a photo of the sky looking like that. Something else that looks weird, I've seen this before. It's caused by a reflection. I don't know how it forms a perfect X, but how this is happening, this is a photo that was sent in by Perry. You can see the sun is setting. There's a house next door that obviously has windows on it, and as you can see, the sunlight is setting. It's getting lower over here in the opposite direction, and it's reflecting off of one of the windows of the house, creating somehow a perfect X on the house next door. I've actually seen that myself many years ago. I have a flashing light video to share with you guys, updates from all around the world. We're up to 594 that I've shared with you guys here in the United States. This map is absolutely loaded. Over 1,400 globally and counting. Here we go. Example number 1 out of South Miami, Florida, sent in by Ivy, who was sitting at a stoplight on the 26th and noticed this building over here with a series of malfunctioning lights in broad daylight. They weren't even supposed to be on. Example number 2 sent in by Michael Smith from his apartment complex. He said this light has never done this in all the years he's lived at this apartment complex. This is the first time he's ever seen it malfunctioning for unknown reasons. And example number 3 out of Louisville, Kentucky, sent in by Kai Ham from the 25th of May. Look at that malfunctioning sign out in the yard of a church there. It's normally not doing that. That's why they took the video. Moving on to example number 4 out of Edgewood, Illinois, sent in by Christina from the 28th. Noticed one rogue and random light there flashing on the overhang of that building. Example number 5 out of Louisiana and Cleveland. Cleveland on the right by Christos. Louisiana, Jeffrey B. out of Shreveport. Both came up on rogue and random blinking street lights. We've seen hundreds of examples of these, sometimes in clusters of many dozens. Those were individuals. Example number 6 out of Houston, Texas by Thaddeus from May 28th of 2025, when he noticed a light malfunctioning in his house. Walked into the room, saw the light flashing, a ceiling light flashing a few times, and then as he was standing there, it stopped. But he could tell it was flashing from the opposite room. Example number 7 out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio in general has been a hot spot. This video was sent in by Charles B. from May 26th. Noticed one rogue and random light in the hallway of what looks like an apartment complex, flashing for unknown reasons. He said the light has never flashed like that. Era in Honolulu, Hawaii, May 22nd of 2025. This is the state capitol building. Notice all of the lights that are not working. Notice the lights that are flashing, almost pulsing. Looking over here, you can see more lights flashing, malfunctioning, however you want to describe it. Notice all of the lights that are completely off. So you have some that are overly bright. We're going to zoom in and you can see that there's several lights that are apparently completely off. Some that are flashing, some that are overly bright, like there's something interfering with the flow of electricity. See the two flashing over there, and then all of the dark areas, you got one flashing over here, actually I think two, and then back over here where there's several that weren't working at all, and then two that were pulsing, as if again something was messing with the flow of electricity. Cincinnati, Ohio, once again, Lisa Smart, May of 2025, lights on the top of this building during the daylight hours malfunctioning for unknown reasons. They weren't even supposed to be on. And then on her next stop, she noticed a light malfunctioning, flashing for unknown reasons at a supermarket. And then there was one over there that was completely out. And that one could have been explainable. If they're completely out, I get it. We've all seen light bulbs that just stopped working. Next video sent in by Josh Byers from May 25th of 2025 when he was at a gas station. We've seen many examples of this. Lights underneath the large canopies malfunctioning, just like this one here out of Lincoln Park, Michigan, sent in by Big Bubba from May 21st of 2025. Yet another light underneath the gas station canopy malfunctioning. Going up to Quebec, Canada, video sent in by Dennis from today, May 29th of 2025. Notice this light on the end of this building here flickering once again during the overnight hours up in Quebec, Canada, and that light normally is just on, not flickering. Example number 13 by Sarah out of Richland, Washington, May 23rd of 2025. Here's more examples of the lights turning purple in groups. She just went past two. There's a third one coming up on the left. She's going to make a right-hand turn. You're going to see more purple lights. There's one. There's two. She turns right here. You're going to see 3 and 4. It seems like when these go out, they go out in groups, and sometimes very large groups. I received a video about 2 weeks ago out of Orlando, Florida from the Beeline Highway. There was almost a 2-mile stretch of purple lights on the freeway. And coming over to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Christopher out of the Texas Panhandle of the jumbo hail that recently fell from the sky. Looking at the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center, all quiet the last 72 hours. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, that could change because we have several sunspots in active regions that are facing the Earth right now as I do this video. And right now we're in the middle of a minor geomagnetic storm from a co-rotating region. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. A little bit of activity up here in the northwestern quadrant. That's always busy. Seeing some activity up here at Mammoth Vault along the northern edge. Seeing some earthquake activity in the center of the seismograph at Grant Village. Other than that, pretty quiet. Nothing major going on at the supervolcano. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website, look for this red tab that says have a large video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.